All right, guys, welcome to Action Living. I'm your host, Sunbrew Brandon, man. In the studio today, well, actually, we're not even in the studio today. We are at the newly renamed North Texas House of Motorcycles. Used to be formerly Yamaha Suzuki of Texas, okay? Located at Highway 820 and or 820 and Highway 10. I guess this is considered Hurst, all right? It's 1505 Hurst Boulevard. Who do we got with me? Let's see, I got my man. What's up, Rick?
Not much. How you doing? Never mind. You know what? I'm not going to ask you.
I remember. Say how I'm doing. Just say, hey, man, I'm doing great.
It's a habit.
Jimmy, what's going on, brother?
Doing good, man. Just kind of getting things still set up.
Now, Jimmy, when we go to a motorcycle shop, we're doing a remote location or on-location remote. Do you feel like a scene here?
I feel like I'm having to get adjusted to all the different. I got it. All the new things that I have to become more aware of, I think.
No, what do you mean? What new things, and what are you talking about?
Well, like
Elaborate.
anytime that you get into something new, you have to learn like new things.
When you say new, you're talking about the world of motorcycles,
right?
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like the CC thing. That doesn't mean carbon copy here. You know.
All right. Hey, don't feel bad though. I've been around motorcycles for many years now. It's a big part of our company. It's what we do, but as I've said before, I don't know a lot about them, and I don't want to know I don't care to know about how anything works. I don't know how my VCR really works. Well, VCR. Who has a VCR? I don't know how my DVD works. I barely know how to use my DVR. I just like to enjoy stuff, and if I have to learn about how to fix it, I'm not going to enjoy it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I have a BMX program, a national BMX race team, and I got to tell you, one thing I learned early on is that I felt bad when these kids had their bicycles and I couldn't repair and fix them. I'm like, okay, I'm the coach, I'm the team manager, I'm the owner. I should be able to like talk sprockets and wheels and all that stuff for these guys. But then I realized, thank God I don't know anything about it, because if I did do that, or if I knew all that stuff, I'd be working on bikes the whole time I was at a race. Mm-hmm. You know how nice it is to go, I'm sorry. In fact, my team knows to not come and talk to me about it.
Yeah.
It's like, you need something fixed, don't go to Shaw.
That's the best way to go about it. I remember I made a massive mistake with my first, long-term girlfriend. I went over to her parents' house, and in a desperate attempt to impress her parents, I told them that I'm good with computers.
Oh, you did not.
I spent the next 6 hours fixing all of their computers. Dude, and I never cared for this family.
I got to think that of all the things current in today's society, okay, 2012, probably the worst thing you could ever tell someone you're good at is a computer, because when do people not have problems with their computers?
Right.
Seriously, like of all the things, like I'd rather be a car mechanic, which that would really suck too, but I'd rather be a car mechanic because, computers get messed up way more than cars do.
Right.
I mean, daily. So what about you, Rick? Are you you got any kind of specialties you're good at?
I can do computers. I actually learned that for a while.
Oh, you're a computer guy? Now,
Yeah.
See, I hate to tell this to both of y'all, but right now I'm thinking about all my computer problems. So what do you think's going to happen? I'm like, hey, can you work on this? It's kind of slow. Can you fix that? Hey, I screwed up, man. Way to go.
I know. That's why I usually just keep my mouth shut.
It's kind of like a person that owns a truck. The worst thing can have is a truck, because now suddenly you turn into a moving service. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Got a truck, you're a mover automatically, dude. So, boy, I'll tell you right now, when I had my truck and I turned into a mover service, I learned real quickly to always complain about my backache, my back problems that I have. I used to tell people as a male, anywhere in your 20s, you're automatically assumed that you can move stuff and it's not a problem. So, basically, sir, we're on the air right now. I'd love to talk to you, but basically we can't. I got distracted by that a little bit. That threw me off.
Your moving service?
Yeah, my moving service. I basically put it out there that I'm hurt. Mm-hmm. I'm a broke back, man.
Yeah.
Broke back. You can't say those words about I think of that movie, can you?
It's gonna be a long time before you can.
Yeah, isn't that movie's so old? I'm assuming we all saw that, right?
No, but I know what it's about.
Jimmy?
Come on, man. You know I don't watch anything.
Am I the only guy here? I know, as I said that, I said it kind of be funny. I said y'all are assuming. I did watch it.
Yeah.
Let me take it a step further. Not only did I watch Brokeback Mountain, I went to Blockbuster. Remember Blockbusters?
Yeah.
They're like blue and yellow. They used to be everywhere.
Yeah, every once in a while, I'll still see one of those, and I'm pretty sure that they're using that for illegal activities now.
Well, hold on. Where do you see a Blockbuster at?
It's just every so often I see them, and like a one light is on. You
Hold
know?
on, no, I'm being sincere.
Like
Where
a
do
money
you have you
laundering
seen one
service.
seriously late in the last year? Have you seen a Blockbuster?
Actually, I have, yeah.
Where?
There's one in Louisville off of 121. It was the weirdest thing. I honestly felt like I felt like I could go to the movie theaters and go watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, I thought that I could go watch the original movie in theaters. I felt like I had gone through a time warp.
You know, it's funny. I was thinking about Blockbuster just this morning. Let me tell you why. I was watching a show called. Are y'all familiar with a show called American Greed?
Yes.
Jimmy, probably not. It's on Discovery or A&E, and it's basically about people that have ripped off people, like, for billions of dollars, like Ponzi schemes. You know what Ponzi schemes are? It's where basically you take money and you're going to invest it for somebody and make them make a profit, but instead what you do is you get more people's money. You just kind of pay those other people a little bit of money, keep them going, and you basically accumulate millions of dollars worth of money that no one ever gets back. It's called a Ponzi scheme.
Okay.
But it's basically false investments. I was thinking about that. Everyone, I was telling people yesterday that at some point everybody gets a part of their life where they're low on money. Things aren't going as well as they normally. I don't care who you are.
Most do. The people that don't, like, everyone just takes turns hating them. Like,
yeah,
that's
but
the
even
difference.
those guys, their suffering might be different than your suffering and my suffering.
Right.
Kind of like MC Hammer said. Well, when I was broke, I really wasn't broke. I made more money than everyone in this room, but I was broke for MC Hammer broke. I guess what I'm saying is everyone takes a fall. Like Sam Walton lost $1 billion one day. You know what I mean? But he had another $1 billion left behind. So who cares, right?
Right.
So it's a different type of suffering. But trust me, he probably felt the loss. Okay. But I was thinking, man. Think of all the people that were invested into Blockbuster. Didn't we all think that Blockbuster was a major hit, like it's a success story? I mean, I remember thinking, whenever you wanted to build a store or build a business, put it by a Blockbuster. That way you can tell people how to get there. Like, it's by the Blockbuster. I mean, is it safe to say that at one point all of us sitting here would use Blockbusters like, turn left at the Blockbuster? You know what I mean? Have you ever done that?
Yeah, definitely.
And now it might be In-N-Out Burgers we use, but it's so crazy to think that at some point some people were making so much money off Blockbuster and thought that was the golden goose, and now it's just not. You got to know when to fold them and when to get out,
Yeah,
so,
I mean, it's kind of like AOL, man. When Time Warner bought that, it was considered to be like one of the greatest, acquisitions ever. But immediately, it just started losing its relevancy.
yeah. Well, it's another thing that I tell you right now. Y'all remember when Redbox came about, right? Sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was only like a year ago, right? Maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Maybe. Yeah, somewhere like that.
I'd say it
little
got
bit.
big about a year ago, where it really was the thing, right?
Uh-huh.
But you know what? I bet Redbox is days away from losing money. Also, who knows? Because I saw online that Netflix and all these online services, man, the convenience factor. I mean, Redbox is convenient, it's nice, it's cheap. But first of all, they're a third of the price that Blockbuster was. They're like $1 for a video, so they've already cut their profits there. It's just you still have to drive to the store and go get one, and you can download them online with your Wii system, your Sony, I don't even know the names of games, but you know what I'm talking about. It's so convenient now that you don't have to go to Redbox anymore.
Well,
so
it's kind of like the movie equivalent of the payphone. You don't need to go to a payphone anymore because you got it in your pocket. And pretty soon we're just going to have all the movies in our pocket. It's going to be on our phone. So no need.
Do payphones exist? Rick, you seen a payphone? I bet in Ohio. You know what? I bet Ohio has payphones and Blockbusters.
They do have Blockbusters, and they do have a lot of payphones still.
Do they really?
Yeah, they have ones that have yellow handles that are for collect calls, because I don't think anyone carries change in their pocket anymore.
That's true, dude. Yeah, I got to think. Payphones, I can't tell you where I've even seen one lately. I mean, I'm sure we've seen them, don't think nothing about them, but those got to be another person that probably is losing their butt right now, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, wow, that's interesting to think about. All right, well, okay, sorry for Blockbuster's losses.
You know what I would actually, to keep the payphone alive, I'm going to introduce this idea. Put the payphones live on the internet as a stream, because I would be so interested in the conversations that are going on these payphones.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
Because you know that they're always the most suspect conversations that there are.
It's like, hey, call me on my pay. You know what? You're right. I bet payphones are still big with vandals, hoodlums, drug dealers, because they're not going to be tapped. That's
Right.
smart. Did we all get in trouble as kids? Did you do anything illegal and bad when you were a kid, Rick?
I can neither confirm nor deny if I did it.
It's past the statute of limitations. You're okay.
Well, yeah,
You're safe.
I've done a few things.
Jimmy,
I did a few things that were legal.
did you ever do anything where you felt like you need to be using a payphone and not your cell phone, or to keep it concealed?
Yep, or there were the times that I was dragging the neighbor's phone line across the across the way,
Okay.
so that
Hold
I
on.
could do some things.
What do you mean dragging the neighbor's phone line across the way? What are you talking about?
Well, my friend, one of my good friends, like back in the day when I was constantly getting in trouble online, like basically he had a phone line. It was like their secondary phone line that was used as their fax usually.
Okay.
And he poked a little hole in his window screen so that I could drag it out in the middle of the night.
Okay.
And it was this really long line because his dad would take the fax line all the way into the living room. So this thing extended for like 70 feet. And I was able to drag it right up to my window.
Okay.
And I would put my computer up to the window, and then I was able to get online. And this was at a time that I wasn't supposed to be online. So
Hold on. So you weren't supposed to be online because your parents said you can't be online?
No, AOL actually was.
You were
making
banned
sure
from
that-
AOL?
Yeah, it was a bad time.
Were you a hacker?
Was for a long time.
Really? So
Yeah.
you're one of those people that are you? Did you get probation or did you get in trouble for it?
Continually it got worse. Yeah, but it turned out.
Did you end up in court?
Yeah, a couple times.
What kind of court do you go to for AOL? Like what do they have? Like regular court?
No, it was basically just one time it was for losses, and I didn't actually get convicted of that. So
Hold on, losses. What do you mean losses? You caused some company losses?
They said that I did.
Well, can you say what company?
It was a credit card company.
Whoa! Let's stop right there. Yeah. Great, dude. Now I feel like I got to go to my house and make sure all my credit card numbers are hidden. Don't get offended, Jimmy. If you go to my house and you see a bunch of stuff blacked out.
Yeah.
Wow, Jimmy. Wow.
Oh, hey, I was
That's
12,
serious
man.
trouble. You were 12 years old.
Yeah. I got right to business, man, when I had the chance
What
and
were
I
you,
saw the
what were you
opportunity.
needing money for at 12, dude?
Well, I got I would have gotten a lot of stuff, maybe video games, systems, resell them.
You're talking about major trouble though. That's the crazy thing.
Oh, massive.
It's internet. That's like
Yeah.
what do you call it? Federal crime.
Yep. I ended up basically for the other time that I ended up getting into trouble. This was the second time I ended up having to work for a security firm for about 7 or 8 months.
Because they wanted to have you show them how to be a bad person?
Basically, yeah, there was about 16 of us that were involved in a program where we had to, they would give us new software and we would, all kind of work together on, little
Are you that good at
loopholes.
computers?
I was really, really good at hacking back in the day. I don't do it as much
How does a
anymore.
kid learn how to be a hacker? Like, is there a class on that? I mean, how do you know how to hack?
Online, I would just hang out with the right people or the wrong people, I suppose. So, I would we would share software and files and information and
Because there are people that are not allowed online. Like, they're not allowed to be on computers, in fact.
yeah, one
which-
of the biggest times was the year 2000, which I was actually part of that list.
Because the Y2K thing, you were part of that?
Yep.
Are we really?
Yep.
Were you trying to make people's computers go down?
No, nobody really was, but they put together a massive list of people that weren't allowed online for the month leading up to Y2K.
And you were one of those people?
Yep.
You're like the Taliban. Are you Al Qaeda?
No. No.
Wow, dude. Rick, you feel uncomfortable?
Yeah, a little bit. I was just thinking, I got some stuff online that I probably need to get protected.
Well, there's laws against that too, dude. I mean, anything under 17, I'm pretty sure is illegal.
Oh,
Yeah.
even in this state?
Dude, what's scary? The look on your face makes me think this might be a serious topic we should cover.
Maybe go over the ground rules.
Yeah. Well, man, let's talk about some positive things now. We're probably getting too deep and dark, and I don't even know where this all started from. But we all have a past, and yeah, I've used a payphone. I remember I lived across the highway from a Circle K, I think they were called. Yeah, Circle K Grill. And there's a payphone, so from my window, I could see with binoculars. I could see that payphone. So I had people there calling me. I didn't want people to know where I lived and stuff. But yeah, we all did our bad things as kids, as youth, and I definitely got in trouble for mine. So, and I hope y'all guys got in trouble for y'all's too. Hope y'all all learned. Rick,
I learned.
did you get in trouble?
We got caught, but we did not get in trouble.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What does that mean? How do you not get in trouble if you get caught for something?
Well, no one told our parents. We didn't get taken in. We just got a very stern talking to and let go.
And that's what happened. That's why you are the way you are today.
That's right.
Wow. All right.
Out of control.
Yeah.
Out of control.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that later because I got some conversations. I do hope there's something I need to deal with Sam about, man. Was Sam with you last night? Were y'all hanging out at all? Do you know where he was at?
Nuh-uh.
Really disappointed in Sam.
Why? What happened?
I don't want to get too into it right now, but let's just say that there was an opportunity. Can I leave it at that for you, and we'll talk about it later?
Okay.
People listening, stay tuned for this, because breaking news development going on, and we will. I feel it's fair and best that we wait for Sam to show up before we discuss it.
Okay.
I'd like to have a little say in what happened. I don't want to assume nothing, because I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm probably right, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. All right, let's talk about where we're at real quick, man. We are at a formerly Yamaha Suzuki Texas, now called North Texas House of Motorcycles. Now, the name change is interesting to me. I think it sets off a different perception about what you're expecting. When I hear the North Texas House of Motorcycles, I'm thinking more of a less corporate feel, more of a let's ride, more of a hardcore biker feel, and I like it.
Right.
Not that I don't like Yamaha Suzuki Texas. I think it's great, but I think you say that, it just sounds more, I don't know, less hardcore biker. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of times you associate, there's a couple kind of bikers. Okay, let's talk about that, and we'll talk more about this in detail later. But you get your motocross guys that are the MX. They're jumping the hills. They're out there in the dirt and the mud. You got the guys that are riding the crotch rockets, man, the sport bike riders. And then you have your guys on the cruisers, like the Harley types, and like what's right here next to you, Jimmy.
Right.
And so I think the name change is really good, but I'm wondering if it's throwing people off a little bit. You know what I mean? I feel like every time I say the name, I got to bring up the old name. Is that the way it works? Is there a certain time period you're supposed to say both names in business, whether it be this business or another business?
I know that when we would go through a format flip in radio, if I would say the old brand, I would almost be decapitated on my way out of the studio.
But now see, I can see radio being different than retail.
Right.
Because
they took it too seriously.
If you're trying to get someone to a place, okay? All right, because if they're listening to you and you say it, they're already there. But if you're promoting someone to get okay, because on radio, if someone's listening to you, they've already found you, right? Mm-hmm. But if I'm trying to get someone to a place, like if I'm trying to get someone to tune into that station and make them be aware of it, I'd almost have to bring up, from an outside marketing standpoint, I'd almost have to bring up, used to be 105.3 The Talk, or whatever it was called.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to make people kind of get there that way. But with a shop where it's been here for many years and it's established, don't you feel it's justifiable to bring up the old name?
Yeah, especially because, things like Google Maps aren't going to turn over for a little while. So if they're looking for it.
Good point, actually. Because the old shop still exists all over the internet. Many years ago. What about you, Rick? How do you feel about it? Do you feel like there's a certain time of...
Oh, yeah. I think people who have gotten used to coming here before with the old name,
right?
I think incorporating the old name, letting them know what the new one is called, so when they get here, they know what to look for.
It's a necessary evil.
Exactly.
Now, let's make some rules for this, guys, because I don't know if there is rules. First, we need a name for this. What do you call this process? Let's call it the transitional branding process. Mm-hmm. Is this
all
good?
Right. Yeah, I like that.
The TBP. Transitional branding process. TBP, I'm going to write that down. I like that.
You mean serious business when all of a sudden you're just like using the first letters of everything, making it into an acronym.
Okay. Now, when you have a TBP occurring, I think a nice time would be, depending upon the marketing. If someone heavily markets, it doesn't take as long to get the message across, right? Mm-hmm. But if someone's like, let's say a mom and pop diner that's been around for years, but they're not commercialized. They don't have commercials. They're not in your mailers in the mailbox. They're not all over Google promoting their business. So a TBP for a place like this place, North Texas House of Motorcycles, formerly Yamaha Suzuki Texas, I think a TBP for that would be maybe a year. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think?
I think that'd be good. Yeah.
Now they market, but they don't market like every day all over the place, like something that's like AT&T. Okay. So let's do TBP for a place like this 1 year. Okay, but I'm gonna say let's go back to like a restaurant, a mom and pop restaurant known for their grits, known for their down home cooking. They have the best waffles around. They just changed the name. I gotta say the TBP on that's gonna be about 3 to 4 years, because people move in and out of the area. They've been gone, and like I haven't seen Jimmy. Well, let's take Rick. Rick, you haven't been here in 5 years. I need a reference. We're gonna go eat at Ma's Paw and Kettle Kitchen, but now it's known as B. Shaw's House of Deli. what I'm saying? I'm going to do that for 5. So the TBP on the restaurant is, are y'all agreement? Is 5 years too long? What are your thoughts?
I think that's good. I think 4 to 5 years is a good one.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
For those kinds. So we're kind of now. Let's take a major brand. Not that this place isn't, but let's take a brand that's like Yamaha. Let's say our AT&T. Are we still at a 1 year TBP there? Or are we at 6 months?
I'd go with probably 6 months.
Yeah, you can shorten it up with that.
Because those guys are advertising all the time. Okay, so basically, I think we've established 3 TBP categories. Okay. What should we call those? TBP rankings files. For those listeners just tuning in, TBP stands for Transitional Branding Process. It's when you change names of your building, your location, your business name. I think we'll leave it at that for now, guys. Are we okay to leave it at that for now?
Yeah, let's leave it right there. We
Yeah.
have some time to think on it.
Should we go to
Let it
Facebook?
simmer.
Should we go to Facebook and I'll talk about? We talked about TBP today, and let's see if people catch on to that.
They'll probably assume that you're insinuating something much different.
What does TBP mean to you?
Oh no, I'm not saying that it means anything. You know how sometimes like you'll come across something like that where you don't know what it means, and then you'll just like try to figure it out in your head.
Kind of like OPP.
Uh-huh.
You know what that means? There's a
What
couple.
was that?
You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. You down with OPP? Come on, do you know the song?
I know the song,
Oh.
and I remember I knew it at some point.
Other
what that was.
people's. Now, the third P can mean many things, but some people say property. The people keep it very PG rated. Other people's property. I've also heard the P used in a different context. Use your brain for woman parts.
See, that's what I'm saying, is that you always have to assume that it has something to do. You have to assume that you're saying OPP, because if you were to say the other thing, you'd probably be thrown out of most places. You know what I mean? Like, so they had to say OPP instead.
Yeah, it's funny though. I've never heard the definitive answer as to why that was. It's one of those VH1 one-hit wonder kind of topics, but OPP. Yeah, so another great song that you always wonder, like, what are they talking about? It's all about making that GTA. You remember that song, The Boys in the Hood Are Always Hard? Do you know what that GTA was?
Grand Theft Auto.
Yes. Did you know that, Rick?
I did not know that, actually.
I didn't know that, and I'm from the hood, and I didn't know that.
Well, as long as you know the police speak, that's how you.
Yeah,
have to.
Speaking of police, here comes one now. Oh, Jesus, dude. They heard what we were talking about, and they're coming after you guys already.
All right, guys, you had to make me talk about the internet, didn't you?
No, he doesn't have a gun. Is he a cop? What is he?
Game warden? I don't know.
Let's get him on here. Let's talk to him. He's not
Military?
undercover. Sir? Come here. Oh, what are you, sir? We're trying to find out if you're a cop or law enforcement.
He's at the academy.
Oh, so you're a cadet. All right. When do you get to graduate to carrying a gun? Do you got it? What is it? Is this a gun?
Oh, it's a phone.
No. Are you allowed a taser? Yeah. You want to sit down and talk to us for a minute? Grab a mic there. Grab right there. Let's get to know this man. Future protector of. First of all, his name is Lockett. Yeah. Go ahead and grab some earphones on there, buddy. Is your name James?
Nope, my name's Jason.
Jason James, J Lockett. But in the academy, it's just Lockett.
Right.
Lockett, get your ass over here, boy.
No, it's actually Sergeant Lockett.
Oh.
Well, hold on. I'm confused. How are you a sergeant? I don't understand this. I'm not.
I'm Sergeant. I actually over my class.
So you're not
Nice.
you're not a cadet. You're the actual dude in charge.
No, I'm the cadet over the peers of my class.
That's pretty good.
I take orders from my director, which they send me the orders to give to the class.
So you're like class president.
There you go.
Here we go. There we go. Like class. Okay. All right. I'm getting it now. So you're in the academy now. How did you get to be sergeant though?
I was voted in.
So that y'all showed up today. Is this where they shave your head and you're in whites?
That's Army. That's a different story. That's military.
I thought even in the police stuff they made you cut. How come all the guys got the crew cuts in?
No, let's see how my hair's short.
I know, but every time you see an officer, they have that look like they used to be ex-military.
Right. I am military too also.
Was that why though?
Right.
All right. So you sign up for the academy.
Uh-huh.
Look at that, man. I got to check this sitting in front of me out of nowhere. You sign up for the academy.
Uh-huh.
You went there. Did you have to get up and say, "Hey, class, vote me in as sergeant," or how do they pick you?
Well, my background, 15 years military.
Did you have to get up
experience.
and talk about your background?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so you're bragging a little bit.
Yeah, bragging a little bit. I actually got my bachelor's degree in social and criminal.
Oh, look at
Very
that,
nice.
dude. See
Very
that?
nice.
Yeah, okay. There you now that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
So when did you get out of the military?
Actually, I'm still in. I got 15 years military experience. 8 years active duty Air Force. The rest is Army National Guard with the state of Texas.
Okay.
Did a tour in Iraq in 06,
Hey, well, thank you
07.
for serving.
Thank you.
So now how long you been in the academy? Is that-
Started the academy in January this year.
when do you get to graduate and become a?
We'll be out after everything's said and done, September, October time frame.
Okay, and that's when you hit the beat.
Right.
All right. Is that what they call it?
Well, yeah.
Give me some cop talk.
You just said it, the beat.
So they still say, "Hey, we're gonna hit the beat."
Right.
You know, I saw 21 Jump Street last night.
Pretty good.
Yeah, you seen it?
Nope, not yet.
It's not like the old one,
Right.
but it's good. It's funny. It's a lot funnier than I thought. You ever thought about doing undercover?
I want to work in gangs.
You want to work in gangs?
Gangs and motorcycles.
Oh my God, this is awesome, dude! How great! You got an hour?
No, I don't.
Hold on. So you're gonna work in? Are you gonna go undercover?
I'm too big for undercover.
Hold on. If you're gonna be an undercover bike gang, dude, you gotta be big.
Well,
It can't be small.
Kind of stand out though.
What? Hold on. Stop though. Do you really want to be a wimpy little biker dude undercover?
I'm not a wimpy little.
I'm saying you stand out because you're big, but
Right.
you want to be big. You want to be a big presence.
Right.
You want them to embrace you and take you in so you can go deep inside. Don't want to do that though.
Gangs are much better.
Now you say gangs, you're talking about like, but you're gonna be known as an officer.
Yeah.
You're not undercover,
Street gangs. That's what I want to work.
so you're gonna show up as an officer and enforce the law.
Right.
All right, so no undercover for you. No 21 Jump Street. All right, I think it's just kind of fake to be honest with you.
Yeah.
All right, so what kind of gangs we talking? Biker gangs,
No,
or
we're talking about regular street kid gangs.
are you? Now, what area are you from?
I'm from South Fort. Not actually South Fort Worth, Burleson, Crawley area.
Okay, it's nothing to do with Dallas. I'm from South Dallas. I grew up in a heavily gang area.
Wow.
In fact, my school, I graduated in '91. My school had a teacher get shot in a gang fight. We had to go through metal detectors every day.
Right.
And like we're one of the first schools ever had to go through that process. But so, do you have a gang background?
No.
You never were banging your kid?
No. Mm-mm.
You got no good stories to tell about how you crossed over and now you're gonna be a. So, what made you? Why are you drawn to the gangs then?
You were usually the kids, man. They are our future. So
Okay.
to prevent what's going on now, you got to stop it somewhere. So to get to youth, to stop all this crime and stuff like that, you got to start now with the kids.
So you have a passion for this,
Right.
I can tell by. Do you have kids?
Yes, I have a 10-month-old daughter.
10-month. Okay. So you want to make sure she don't date a guy like that. There you
There
go.
you go.
He's gonna stop all the guys from being bad, so he makes sure his daughter is not with a hoodlum. All right. Now you grew up in Texas.
Well, actually, I grew up in Beaumont, Texas.
Oh, okay. Is there gangs there?
Of course.
All right. Okay. I don't know much about Beaumont. I just think everything's all in the DFW. So the gangs in right now. Have you been researching them? Do you know a lot about them? Is it something you'll do later?
Well, in college, we did research. I did research some gangs, especially in this area.
Can you give me some stats? Can you tell me how many active gangs there are in DFW?
It's a bunch. It's on the ordinary. You got about 60 to 70
Real gangs.
real gangs.
Wow.
When you say, now we're talking more than 10 members.
More than 10 members, right?
What point do we consider a gang a gang?
More than 5.
5 or more. Okay. Are these gangs now involved where it's considered organized crime, like a RICO Act?
Yeah, some of them are.
They are.
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10, most of them are. Usually the younger kids with the juvenile code they got these days, it's more relaxed on them. So
Yeah, it's very relaxed. They can get pulled over and nothing happens to them half the time. Tell me right now, is it the number one thing still drugs? Is it always going to be drugs or
it's
guns?
always drugs.
Then
drugs,
guns
drugs
or
and
stealing?
guns and stealing. That's how they fund their gang, by stealing, by selling drugs.
Now,
Right.
you always hear this. That's how they fund the gang. What the hell are they funding? It ain't like they're driving. I grew up in a gang area. It's not like they're all, seriously, they look like the brokest kids around, to be honest with
Right,
you.
but they-
I mean, and they're stealing what they got, so they ain't got to pay for it. So what are they
Right.
funding? They're not going to college.
They funding their habit.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All
So
right.
it all comes down to drugs.
Right.
What it boils down to. All right. Why is that these guys make so much money? I got in trouble as a kid. I have a little background there, and it's like, yeah, I'm older, so go back in time here, but yeah, I'm making $1,000 a week or $1,000 a day. I'm like, how the hell are you making $1,000 a day and you ain't got nothing?
Right.
Maybe you did it for one day. You went to work one day and you made it. You're gonna brag, and I'm sure that's part of it. Bragging, they're exaggerating, but I always trip out. Like, where's their money going? Like, seriously, I know it's up their nose or they're smoking or whatever, but you can't. If you're making $1,000 a day, can you do that much drugs in a day?
Actually, when they do make the money, you have to buy their drugs to bring the drugs back in. So
Yeah, but they say they make the profit. They're acting like they made that much profit.
That's no profit in like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Like I said,
Unless you're doing the big drugs.
yeah. So tell me this much. Can you tell me some of the bigger gang names? I mean, like, is it still some kind of Crip orientation or Bloods and all that? That'll never go away,
You
right?
still have that, but man, it's more of a clique these days. You know, they're in their little clique. It's not more like I'm a gamer. It's more I'm a thug now. So
Yeah. Can you hear him very well, by the way? Okay, because you normally you got to put the mic real close to your face,
okay.
but I can hear you. So can you tell me, like, right now, who's the number one gang in Fort Worth that we're worried about?
can't really disclose that. I don't, you know.
Well, sure you could. It's gonna be on the
Oh
news.
no, because that's going to start a rivalry.
No, but it's something that could be on the news. If they break a crown tomorrow, they're gonna be like the East Side locals or did this. When I grew up, there were some gangs
It's
down.
more in Fort Worth. You're more gang target area. Most of the time is on the north side of town.
But I mean, you can't give me a name like the names. I don't know any of the names. I don't know gangs.
Can't-
Okay, and you said there's about 60 in Dallas Fort Worth.
Dallas, Fort Worth. Along,
Give me
probably more.
you can at least give me the number. The biggest gang might be like the Texas Syndicate or something like that. But the biggest gang, what do you think their numbers are locally? Is there a gang that's got more than 200 members?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, but locally.
Locally, yeah.
Okay, give me the number. Is it 1,000?
No, close to about 300 to 400.
Okay, so there's a gang here locally that's got about 300 to 400. Now I will tell you, is it can you say is it a Hispanic gang, a black, a white? Is Hispanic? Okay, it seems to be that they're more. Well, everyone's got gangs, but because the whites got the Aryan Brotherhood, that stuff. That is the Aryan Brotherhood very big around here?
You could read about that, no, but mostly down in Houston.
Houston, it's big.
Right.
Okay, because I think once you go to, I think a lot of those guys when they go to prison, they get tied into that, and they come out and they're part of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't really ever see much about that, man. I hear much about the you know, but when I grew up where I grew up, I did see a lot of the old school Hispanic gangs. You know what I mean? That were based on their street, their area, their part of town.
Right.
But well, cool, man. That's fascinating. I wish we could talk to you for much longer, man. You got a few more minutes. You got to get.
Try to get a part.
Okay.
Go on,
Hey, man, go get your part. What kind of bike you riding, man?
Hayabusa.
Okay. Oh, man, fast.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
All right, yeah, have a
All
good
right,
one.
take care, brother. Good talking to you, man. All right, man. How about that? Former military or still military, future policeman for. I don't know what he's. I forget the whole story behind him, but it was interesting. Oh, God, dude, wouldn't you like to talk to him for a little bit? Maybe you guys wouldn't, but I'd like to talk to him for a little bit longer, dude. Do y'all watch the shows on like A&E and History Channel about gangs?
Gangland? Yeah,
Yes,
I watched that.
Oh God, I love
watched
it. I dig that stuff, man. One of my favorite shows as a kid. I mean, you remember Colors?
Yeah.
Psychopath Walking. Yeah, man, Sean Penn. That was one of the great. Now we'll go back to the show and it was so calm. It's hard to believe that was like considered a bad show when you watch it
Right.
nowadays. But man, that was a great show. What's your favorite gang movie from back in the day, or even recently?
Back in the Godfather.
Okay, that's more mafia. Let's. What about more of the gang, like the more of the street gangs?
Blood In, Blood Out.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's I remember that show. Very. I gotta tell you, American Me was one that probably had the most impact on me.
Really?
Remember American Me?
I do.
Did you watch any movies you were younger, like from even when you were a kid, like 10, Jimmy?
Not really.
Okay, so you never seen American Me?
No, I actually got called out yesterday for never seeing Godfather.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, dude, you should have to go watch that show to be part of this show. Oh, what a great show!
Have you seen Scarface?
Yeah, have you seen Scarface?
I actually have seen Scarface.
Oh,
I love
okay.
Scarface, yeah.
You know, I got to tell you, I think Scarface is your go-to, like Scarface, you know, because it's such a blood, you know, and Al Pacino was so cool, and it was just flash and cash and chicks, and, you know, it kind of had it all, but, you know, I don't know, man. I mean, I think you're supposed to say Scarface. I mean, I have Scarface pictures in my movie room because you're supposed to have those. I remember, like, on every episode of MTV Cribs, there was Scarface. I got my Scarface DVD. You know, they always airs my Scar. Every guy on MTV Cribs had to go in there. Of course, my Scarface DVD. But I gotta tell you, man, Goodfellas,
That's a good one.
good mafia. No, these are all mafia type shows. But for me, man, I gotta tell you, Menace to Society was good. If you've not seen that show, Menace to Society was really, really good, man. I like that. I mean, Boys in the Hood was a good one. New Jack City was really good too, man.
That was good.
God, that was. I don't know. That really wasn't like a game. I mean, it was like more.
It was kind of a
game.
story about one.
Yeah, but it was more like they were a company, like a
Right.
corporation.
Exactly.
You know, I didn't remember they had like what was their gang name?
I don't remember that. I couldn't tell you that. I just remember.
I didn't know they had one on the show, but it was all about a company and business. But at the same time, it really was a gang. But man, New Jack City was so great, dude. That was an awesome movie. All right, well let's move on, man. Well, it's good to know that we have a guy out there fighting crime for us like that, dude. It's going to stop the gang elements. You guys in gangs growing up, Rick? Any kind of gang?
No, I'm too suburban.
Jimmy?
I got jumped by a couple of them, but that was it.
But you weren't in one.
Nope.
Why did they jump you for, dude?
I think that they thought that I was, because I was friends with a lot of different people that were, and I think that they assumed that I was running with those people just by
Hold on, now
seeing
your
me.
friends that were in gangs, what kind of gang were they in? I mean, like a white, Hispanic, a black?
Hispanic and black.
Okay, and you were buddies with those guys.
Yeah,
But you were not in them.
right.
Why did you not join? You just didn't want to join, or you wasn't your thing, or?
No, wasn't my thing. I was at home hacking. So
Well, you kind of had your own gang, apparently, dude. Y'all
Yeah.
not got in trouble together. It's kind of a gang. God, I wish that guy could have hung out for like an hour, dude. I would have bored the hell out of our listeners, though, because I'm so into that stuff, dude. It's so fascinating to watch. The culture, the lifestyle. It's something that's scary. I mean, if you're in prison, dude, that's like not a good thing. But all right, well, let's move on, man. Let's see. Now, Sam's still going to be back here? Okay, because we got a great topic to talk to him about, man. Well, today is Biker Thursdays. It's Biker Garage segment at 1 o'clock. Where are we at now on the hour? We're at 12:39. We're going to bring on one of these guys here from North Texas House of Motorcycles to talk to us. We'll discuss the different bike stuff going on. Lots of bike activities happening for our company. Sunbrew in general. We've got 2 biker bikini bike washes going on, man. Tailgaters in Frisco is a new location. The Back 9, we've all been to the Back 9 in Addison. One of our fun spots, one of our new official date spots. Is that safe to say, guys? New go-to place. Rick, you're new. If I can tell you one thing, you never have to worry about where do you go.
Go to the Back 9.
In fact, if I was you, every time I had a date, I'd just go there. You have a date tomorrow, go there. You have a date Saturday, you go there. Because it's a fun place. It's a win-win situation. Do either one of you guys, when you lived in Ohio, or Jimmy today, currently, have y'all ever had a date place that's my go-to date place for a new date, or if you want to impress a girl, or Jimmy?
I not particularly. There were like areas when I was living at Lemon and Inwood. I would always end up going to like McKinney, that area.
Hold on, limited. Okay, all right. You go to McKinney. You go to the area, but not a particular place that you know that this is where I go because this is my go-to date place. You didn't have that place.
Nope.
Rick?
No, I didn't have any place like that. I had an area that I'd go to, but that's...
An area. Wow. See, I had a place that I'd go to. It's called, it's still there, Ozona Bar and Grill. Jimmy, you might know what Ozona is. They have a thing called Section 8 Comedy. And Section 8 Comedy is like this improv group. It's so funny. And if I was like, a little unsure of how to handle the date, like didn't know if it's going to go good or bad, and I wanted a safe place, that was my safe place to go to. You know what I mean? I'd go to Ozona Bar for Section 8 Comedy on Tuesday nights. First of all, my buddies were in the group, so it's kind of cool that I knew the cast. They'd always kind of acknowledge me. That gives you a little plus, you know what I mean? And it was just funny, man. And they'd have an intermission so you could talk. That's the only negative. If you did start getting along really well, you couldn't really talk much because there's a comedy group in front of you. But they do have breaks. But that was my go-to date place, man. Ozona Bar and Grill. It was guaranteed to make the chick have a good time. Improv. New to town for you, Rick. You got Back 9, Addison Improv.
All right.
Highly recommend it, dude. I would say if a person's going to be performing at the Addison Improv, they're going to have a good time. Is that a fair assessment, Jimmy?
Yeah, yeah. That's actually one of the places that I would probably end up saying is like one of my date places as well.
Because it's entertaining. There's a couple little breaks. Are there breaks there? Yeah, there's a couple. They're going to laugh. They're going to be good. And if things are going really well, you go across the hallway to what's it called, Pete's Piano Bar. And so you can like transition where you don't have to go very far. You can drink, have a good time, and then cruise right across the hallway to Pete's Piano Bar.
I think I was there once.
Where?
I came out in November for a visit.
Was it upstairs?
It was...
in Addison off Beltline Road?
I don't know if it was Addison where we went, but I know we had to stand outside. We went and saw Carlos Mencia.
Oh, that's Addison Improv.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, if you saw Carlos, he wouldn't have been at Pete's Piano Bar. He'd been at Addison Improv.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, yeah. Carlos would definitely be here. They they have the big name comics. The biggest people out there that you can see, like Ralphie May, Carlos, all these big name comics. They come down. That actually goes Addison Improv.
All right.
So I thought we were trying to work on getting them on the show. I forget who. Maybe it was my job to call them up. You need to check out the Sunbrew calendar. In fact, dude, if people are listening right now, go to sunbrew.com, sunbru.com, buy a calendar, because for $15, the back of that calendar, you know what they have, Rick?
Tell me.
The ultimate date. Jimmy, did you know that? The back of the calendar has the ultimate date package.
What's that?
And if you buy a Sunbrew calendar, you're going to get a calendar. You're going to help support a troop because we will give a free calendar to a soldier. And then on the back, inside back cover, there's a page you can pull out. There's a coupon for 2 tickets to the Addison Improv, no catches, 2 tickets. There's a $20 Speed Zone pass
Nice.
for your date. There's a free massage on there over at the Planet Beach Spa. I believe it's on over in McKinney Avenue area. There's also, if you go to the cigar shop, you get a free cigar. So they have like an entire date package on that counter. So for $15, you get like $100 in services. Can you really go wrong with that?
You really can't.
And the calendar lasts all year long. It's got plenty of it's very PC. We celebrate Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Yom Kippur. We have all the major holidays. So, I mean, it's really a good calendar. It gives you lots of reasons to take off from work, show your boss, say, I'm sorry, I have to honor this holiday. I can't come in today because Sunbrew says it's Biker Garage Thursday. So check that out, man. Ultimate Date Place. All right, now, today we're going to do the segment where we're going to show some used bikes for sale. Are we set up for that at this store, Jimmy?
Are you talking? I'm not sure exactly how we are going to go about doing these. Did you want to do it live?
Well, do we have the footage still so we can talk about them?
I don't have the footage, but we can do it live. I mean, like actually bring it up and talk about it different, or I can pull in images
like,
during the break.
Bike, like literally bring the bike forward in front of us.
We could do that, or I could go around and take some shots of the different bikes during the break, and then we could do it that way. The problem is that with the video the way that it is, you guys aren't going to be able to see the video. See what I mean? So, really bringing it up.
What I'd like to do is play the first segment we have, which features a couple other shops.
Okay.
And then let's talk to these guys here, and let's see if I can find Kevin. Hey, Allison, is Kevin around? Can you grab him for me, please? We'll get Kevin. We'll ask Kevin what he thinks, how we want to do this, man, and we'll talk about the bikes, man. It's Biker Garage Thursdays, guys. We're right here at North Texas House of Motorcycles. I got used to saying that. North Texas House of Motorcycles. We're going to bring some guys here, talk shop, man, talk about what's going on. But that's all the second part of the show, the second hour. But I think we need to get a break. Are we set up for our commercials, Jimmy, or you can do that live?
We can go to a splash. We can go to a splash right now and then figure out how we're going to do Biker Garage.
Okay, let's go to a quick break, man. Guys, don't go nowhere. I'm Sunbury Brain. I'm here with Jimmy. I'm here with Rick. We are live at North Texas House of Motorcycles in Hearst, 1505 Hearst Road. Come out and see us. Come out and check out these bikes out here we have for sale. But we'll come back here shortly. We'll get the segment going for Biker Garage, man. Every day from, Tuesday through Fridays from noon to 2 right here at thebarlive.com. You can also watch or listen to us on your phone, your iPhone, your Droid, and what's the other option there? Oh, BlackBerry. So if you have a phone and you're on the go, pull us up on your phone. All right, see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, welcome back to Action Living. I'm your host, Sunbrew Brandon, and today is Biker Garage USA. We are live here at North Texas House of Motorcycles, formerly Yamaha Suzuki of Texas, located in Hurst, over off of 820 and Highway 10. Actually, the actual address is 1505 Hurst Boulevard. And I've got my man Kevin. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, how are you doing, Brandon?
Get it real close to that, man. I'm doing good.
Doing good, man.
Hey, you guys had for me, an unexpected bike night last night. As I just told you, I learned about 3:43 to be exact. Y'all were having this, and it started at 7.
Yep.
What went on last night, man?
We had a whole bunch of guys out here. The Eagle 97.1 was out here with Cindy Skull doing a bike giveaway. We're passing out keys over the next couple of events to give away the bike next month. So we had those guys out here set up doing a live remote. We had Hooters was out here bringing us some good hot wings. Several of the girls were out here, and of course Sunbrew girls were out here doing a bikini bike wash.
Okay, yeah, we're involved in that. I think we're involved in all y'all stuff lately. Is that right?
We always call you. You bet.
Last time we were here for the Supercross, you guys were like one of the. How did y'all get picked to be like the place to have those guys at?
You have to do a lot with the Yamaha rep, sell a bunch of Yamaha motorcycles, and then request it. Yes, a bunch of that.
Maybe spend a little bit of money?
We spent some money on the event, but we've had them a couple times. We had Suzuki a couple years ago, and it's always good to bring out riders.
We were here for that also.
Yep.
But yeah, you had Bubba Stewart in the house, man.
Bubba Stewart was here. Yeah.
How those guys do that were here that night? I didn't see the actual Supercross.
They did really well. Bubba Stewart, of course, like he's been doing this year, is crashing a whole bunch, but he's always running up front when he's crashing, so hopefully he'll get that figured out and finish up front.
Is it me, or I just felt a little odd that you had about what, 7 guys here that night?
We had 7 guys.
Okay, and I noticed Jimmy and Rick. This is Rick, by the way. This is Jimmy.
Hey, Rick, how you doing?
I noticed that as you had them at the table, there's a long table, probably about, I don't know, maybe 12-foot table, maybe longer, maybe 15. You have all these guys lined up, guys, and then there's Bubba at the very end by himself. It's like
you got to give some room for Bubba. He draws a big crowd anywhere he goes.
But I felt uncomfortable. I felt like it was Santa Claus and the elves.
That's what it seemed to me too. I don't know why he separated like that. I don't know if that's something he chooses to do, or maybe the other guys choose to do that. But he is separated.
And I noticed the other guys were patting his brow down, giving him drinks, serving him coffee. I mean, holding his pins for him. It just seemed like all these other guys are there to work for him.
That's it, man. They know who's number one in that camp there. Yamaha does spend a lot of money to get him riding for the team, and he's special.
So if he has there was another big name guy that was there that night. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, well, some of the 250 guys, some of the lights guys were here too. I'm not sure of their names, but there are a couple of them, yeah.
If they come back next year, I'll be curious if all the crashing Bubba's done, where he's going to be sitting next year. I mean, he might end up with a group, and there might be another guy at the end of the table. He may not like that.
I don't know how that's going to work, but Joe Gibbs Racing, who sponsors the factory guys, he's all about winning. So if Bubba doesn't get up front, he might be replaced.
In all fairness, though, I mean, the statistics will tell you where you belong on that table. So it's like, no one can gripe at Yamaha or whoever the sponsors were and say, well, it's not fair. He gets to sit at the end of the table by himself, the almighty Bubba Stewart. But the stats show why he's there.
Yep.
So they have a problem with it. Hey, listen, dude, get yourself on the track, man. Do better.
Get going.
All right, man. So last night you had a bikini bike wash. You had the Hooter girls out here. Heard it was a big turnout, man.
It was a lot larger turnout than what we're used to. Definitely the Eagle brought a bunch of people out, the Sunbrew, and then also we had a dyno set up in the parking lot, free dyno runs. We did ask for donations that went straight to charity. All donations went to charity.
What is the charity?
We did a couple different charities. I think one of the charities was BACA. Bikers Against Child Abuse. Yeah,
we've been involved in a couple of different things.
We do a lot of stuff with BACA, and then the Patriot Guard is another group that we sponsor and support too.
Now they're against the severe child abuse because I don't have no problem with putting a kid in a little spanking. I mean, they're not totally against everything, are they?
No, they aren't against everything. I think discipline they're all for.
Okay, because some of these kids, man, need a good little spanking on their ear, man. I don't know if this timeout thing's working, bro. I mean, you give a kid timeout now, he's got his little damn iPhone. He don't care. I mean,
no timeout.
Hopefully the parents take the iPhones away and timeout, but timeout, dude. We didn't have no timeout when I was growing up, man. Your dad pulled out the belt. Your dad have a belt, Kevin?
Oh yeah, belt, switch, whatever you can find.
I'll tell you, his parents who didn't have a belt. That guy right there, Rick. I got to think he had no discipline in his life, man.
I had the belt.
You had the okay. Well, it didn't work very well, did it?
It did not.
All right. Well, so BACA was out here. Man, I got to tell you, how many events are you involved in charities at every event? Is there something always attached to y'all's events?
Usually everything is attached to charity. We do these events to get people out here, just promote the dealership, but don't look really for a financial gain in some of these things. So we'll be doing charity at every event.
Are you okay that I admit that I'm in it for a financial gain?
That's fine. Everybody's here for $1. Everybody's sitting at this table, man.
No, it's funny because we talked about charity off the air. We talked about charity today. And first of all, we're very charitable. We help out a lot of kids for BMX racing, which a lot of that funding comes to the bike world. And these kids are going to end up on these sport bikes or Harleys one day or cruisers one day. They're all have motorcycles, most of them anyway. But we help out a lot of kids with BMX racing. We also help out. We're involved in the military, heavily involved in the military. We give a lot of counters out. We go visit the troops that are in the hospital, but it's like people call me and I get these weekly. No exaggeration of the truth. I get something every week, if not two. Want me to be part of something, and it's for charity, and I'd love to help out everyone that contacted Sunbrew, but it's our job, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I try to tell them as politely as possible. I sympathize. I'm sorry for the loss or whatever occurred, but everything has a charity attached to it. There's not one event we go to that doesn't have a charity. So, unfortunately, I can't say, yeah, we're going to show up for free, every time there's a charity involved, because everybody's got a charity they're part of. So.
Oh, yeah. Nearly daily we get contacted by some kind of charity, but we got to attach it to our shop. It's got to make sense in a cross-promotion way where everybody's happy.
Absolutely. But for those listening out there that start watching Biker Garages, like I said, definitely contact us, but it's hard for us to be involved in everything, because this is our job, it's our living, and the girls can only donate so much of their time. They got bills to pay, so. But it's good that you guys are involved with, like, the BACA. What's some other charities you guys have worked with in the past?
So like I said, the Patriot Guard, they really bring out a big showing. We love to help those guys out, so that's another big charity that we support.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the Patriot Guard? What is that?
Well, they'll actually, for any fallen soldier, they'll escort them, give them a good burial, show their respect. Most of the Patriot Guard riders, of course, all ride motorcycles, and they come in and shop with us. We like supporting them in return, and they do just a really good job for all the soldiers out there.
When they're really good is the Phelps family. Whenever they're in town, have you heard of these guys that will protest the actual the funerals of the soldiers?
Yeah, I have heard of that.
Yeah, a lot of times, like, the Patriot Guard is, like, very, very active for those types of events because
to stop them from doing that.
Yeah, because this family will do this just to get publicity, and it's a mess. And then good for these guys, they're always there. They're always there. So.
That's got to be one of the worst. Who in the hell would go and do that to a here's a guy that's passed away to get the family there, and they're there to. That's horrible. I've seen that on TV. It's a family that does it, huh? It's called the Phelps.
Yeah, the Phelps family. They're the anti-gay, God hates. Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right, well, that's sad. All right, man. When's your next event going to come up?
Man, we got one in 2 weeks.
Okay, so am I correct on hearing, I think CB told me that every 2 weeks you guys are doing a bike night?
Every 2 weeks we're doing a bike night, and then in between that we do a pancake breakfast over at our other dealership next door and invite everybody out to that.
Can we talk about that other dealership?
Sure, you bet, man. It's all North Texas House of Motors, but we do have BMW Fort Worth there. Yeah.
Okay, so now they're under the same name.
We're under the same name.
I got to tell you, man, we talked about this earlier in the show. Here comes Sound the Mailman, by the way, guys. I like the new name.
Yeah,
and I think it's got more of a hardcore biker feel.
It does. It reaches out to our cruiser customers and just tries to hit everyone.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I like Yamaha, I like Suzuki, I like, and y'all have a name, a reputation. But when you hear that, you think of a different kind of event. And I think your events are going to grow because it does have more of the. I mean, the bigger events typically are like the Harley type, the cruiser styles. Yep. They're more relaxed. They're more dedicated. I mean, granted, the sport bike riders are great and all, but the guys that are hardcore, been riding for 30 years, who are going to be your best customers, are the guys that are going to like that name, the new name.
Oh, yeah, I think so, too. We're trying to, and we're always taking suggestions. If anybody out there has suggestions for us to grow this thing and build on this thing. We had a lot of fun last night and want to get everybody on a motorcycle out here, no matter what brand or kind or any style it is.
I think what is cool is all these sport bike riders, and love them to death. They're awesome. Some of my best friends ride sport bikes, but they are going to turn into eventually being cruisers.
Oh, yeah.
At some point, they're going to get a little older and want a little more relaxed, feel a little more relaxed. So they're all going to end up back at your shop.
Yep, those 40-year-old guys get off the sport bikes onto the cruisers, and they're hooked on motorcycles, so we'll find something for them.
Yeah, they'll transition. So it's probably smart that you guys have a big sport bike following, because maybe they'll buy their next bike when they transition over to do you know we have a name for what y'all are doing, by the way? Have you heard of the TBP?
No.
Transitional Branding Process.
Huh.
because we were discussing at what point do we quit saying formerly Yamaha Suzuki of Texas. Would you like to know the answer to that?
Please.
Or do do you have an answer? Do y'all call it that? Do you say?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you know when you're going to stop? Because you're big dog right here. What are you? Are you GM or
not GM?
Manager?
Just in charge of the sales department in both locations here.
And you have no idea when to stop using that?
No, I don't, man. I mean, we should be doing it now.
Have you? Okay. Should be stop? You should stop doing it now.
No, we should start. Everything should go to North Texas House of Motors.
No, but I mean, at what point? At what point do you quit saying formerly Yamaha Suzuki of Texas? Do you know the timeline?
No, I would think about 6 months after the transition.
Hold on. No, you're wrong. 1 year.
1 year, 12 months. Now we know.
Now, because of the service we just offered y'all, who do we invoice?
CB.
Right,
Send CB the bill.
Yeah, we've had some we've tested this. We've talked about it. We've had a panel of people to kind of talk about this whole process. But the TBP is what's going to be called. If you call it that, we also have that copyrighted, or we will soon.
It's all about the money now.
Transitional branding process. You guys fall in the category that should be 1 year.
Yep, okay.
And then you can stop it, okay?
All right.
And that's based on your ratio of advertising and sales volume. All right, so let's talk about what you guys are going. Jimmy, can you cue up the bike giveaway? Now this is huge. I walk in today. Actually, I saw this on Facebook because the girls are saying, "Hey, we're over here doing a bike wash." I saw the Facebook and the Twittering going on for the girls, and then one of them mentioned you guys are giving away a free bike.
We are.
Tell me about now. Is the bike picture up on the screen? People that are logged on can actually see the bike on the screen, and they can still see us. Tell us about this bike we're giving away, or you're giving away.
It's a 2011 Suzuki. Went in with us on a promotion with 97.1 the Eagle, and we're giving away the bike. We're letting Cindy Skull of the Eagle ride it. She's a new rider, just now getting her motorcycle license. So we're going to let her ride it around and show it off at all her events until we give it away next month. And we're now giving away keys.
I'm not trying to call you out, but it's right here in front of me. She's not riding it. I'm looking at it.
We've got to get it serviced out, and she gets her license this weekend. So we couldn't, for insurance reasons, turn it loose until she gets her license.
And so she's going to cruise us around for a month, and then she'll just give it away.
She's going to give it away free. Yep, you just sign up for the drawing. We're going to do a few things to it too, Watts, here. We've got a lowering kit for it. We're going to lower it down a little bit. We're going to put some engine guards, some custom pipes on it, just trick it out a little bit for it.
I want to say something real fast. It's not a chick bike. Just because Cindy's riding it, it's definitely not a chick bike.
No, it's an 800cc fuel-injected bike, liquid-cooled. White walls, real classic-looking bike. Comes with all the touring kit on it, windshield backrest, saddlebags.
Yeah, I like the bags on it, actually. I don't know if you can see in the picture, but the studs on it, and it's sharp looking. It's a good looking bike. So that's going to be given away. And you said now every event you're giving away keys.
Yes, we're giving. Last night we gave away 5 keys to 5 different individuals. And
how do you get a key?
We just register at the front door. Everybody here, you have to be present to win. So everybody stuck around all night, and then throughout the night, about once every hour, we gave away a key.
Okay, and so then you'll show up, and then they're just going to try to put the key in and
there
see if it works.
Go. That's
now,
it.
do they have the key? I mean, is it possible one of those 5 guys might have the key that fits in there right now? Like, is it an actual key?
It's an actual key. Yep, we gave away a key, and one of the 5 guys last night could have been the winner. We just won't know until that day.
What's to stop them from walking here today and just putting their key in to see if it works?
I don't think we have a battery charged up, but that could be the case, man. It may not turn on any lights, but it could be the case. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Huh. Yeah, okay. What if somebody screwed up and put 2 keys out there? At some point in history time that's happened.
Oh, man, we're known to screw up, so that might have been us.
Because they probably come with 2 keys, right? When you buy a bike, they get 2 keys?
They come with 2 keys, yeah. So I know because I've got one of the keys sitting on my desk, so there's not 2 keys out there.
Oh, good move, good move, very good move. Wow. Now, this event, when they give it away, dude, I got to think I should get down to do you remember at your dealership when we had people eat dog food one time?
We had dog food eaten, yes.
Was that over the line when I did that?
That was a little over the line because one guy went all in and ate it all just for something. I don't even know what he got, but he did it for his kiddo.
Free pass to the speed zone, I believe.
Free pass to the speed zone for his kid and ate a whole can of dog
But, I mean,
food.
you thought I crossed the line that I shouldn't have crossed?
I don't know how safe that is, but yeah, you probably walked the line there.
I mean, with the with PETA and the SPCA, I got to think that those are, if it's good enough for a dog, it's good enough for a man.
There you go. You bet.
I mean, well, yeah. I kind of pushed the bar there a little, the limits there.
You did. You did.
I liked it.
We loved it. Yeah, let's do it again.
Oh, so was CB okay when he heard about that?
Man, I don't know if anyone told CB. He might have probably ejected a little bit, but he kept his mouth shut.
All right. Yeah, that was, guys, I should have seen this, man. Oh, that was so nasty.
What we do for our kids, right?
It was the kind of dog food that's all wet and gooey. It's
Oh,
like
the
in the
smell
can,
of it
in
was
the
terrible.
can. And I forget how it went. They got to choose like whatever they were going to eat, and they may or may not get the dog food. And it got down to one guy. I'm like, if you eat this whole thing of dog food, I'll give you even more passes. His kids were egging him on. Oh, it was great, man. I got to tell you.
He didn't hesitate a bit. He dove in and ate it and was fine with it.
So, and I think I made him kiss his wife afterwards too.
Probably so.
Yeah, his wife was there. Like, I want to see y'all smooch about this. And it's so nasty. That was the first time for me, man. We had the pumpkin toss that day too, where they threw the pumpkin.
Yeah, pumpkin toss.
Yeah, that was a fun day, man.
It was another good event.
That was a fun time. I got to tell you, that was a first for me. All right, hey, what about bringing back the? I know that things are changed a little bit here. We got to be a little safer about what the girls are wearing.
Yes.
I got to tell you, one of the biggest smiles I've ever seen on CB's face, though, is when we did that bikini contest here one time.
Oh, yeah, bikini contest was great.
I'm sorry, pageant.
The pageant,
pageant.
It wasn't a bikini contest. It was a beauty pageant, maybe.
Yeah, to be the title of Miss Yamaha Suzuki of Texas, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
And I wish we could do that again.
We ought to be able to, maybe. I just have to tone down
Well,
what they wear a little bit.
Trump does it. It's very classy. The key word here is pageant.
Pageant, that's the key word.
And we can just have them wear a little skirt.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Nothing
something
wrong with
like
that.
that. Nothing wrong with that. CB would love to sit on the judging panel again, I'm sure.
Were you here that day?
I was here, yeah.
He was smiling, dude.
He
Bless
was
his heart.
grinning ear to ear.
Such a married man. Oh, all right. Well, let's talk about these bikes. Now, we just saw the bike you're giving away. And repeat one more time what that is.
It's a 2011 Suzuki C50T.
All right, and you can get your key. Show up in 2 weeks. They're gonna have an event. It'll be on a Wednesday night. Show up here. You might get a key that night. You can show up. I mean, what are the odds of winning? How many keys y'all giving away before y'all give this away?
I think there's 25 keys going out.
So you have a 1 in 25 chance in winning that.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good odds.
Yeah, we had three of our good customers win last night, so we're happy to see that. But we'll pass out keys to anyone.
Hold on, you're good. The other two are just scrubs.
Man, the other two we had never met before, but hopefully now they're good customers.
At least you know they're coming back.
That's right.
All right, cool. Let's see. Let's talk about some used bikes, man. Let's talk about your inventory. Now, let's key up our first bike, Jimmy, which is going to be that blue bike over there.
Okay.
All right. Tell me when it's on the screen. It's on? All right. Now, you can't see it, but it's the blue bike over there, Kevin. Tell us what we got there, man. What do we have there?
It's a 2010. Actually, it is a non-current brand new motorcycle that we're discounting down to our used bike price at $10,999, but it's a Yamaha R1 1000cc race bike.
Oh, that's used. I thought it was new.
It is. It's a new bike. It's a 2010. It's only non-current. We were able to get some non-current bikes that Yamaha still had in their warehouse.
Oh, I
bring
got
them
you.
in
Okay.
at a real cheap price, and it competes with our used bikes as far as pricing for sure.
No, repeat the price one more time.
$10,999.
Okay, now tell me anything. When you buy a bike here,
Mm-hmm.
what's the process? I bring it back here every 3,000 miles, or how does it work?
Oh yeah, we have service intervals on every new bike. First service about 600 miles. You would want to bring it back in for us to do just an overall check, see if there's any kind of manufacturer defects, and then after that, about every 3,000 to 5,000 miles for an oil change, depending on what kind of oil you go with. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, well, there's one bike up. Let's talk about the next bike now. The black one at the very end down there. What do we got there?
That's a 2009 Suzuki M109 Boulevard. It's a 1800cc cruiser by Suzuki.
Okay, and that's a bigger bike.
It is much larger bike. Like I say, it's an 1800. That bike has a few aftermarket parts on it. It's got a custom set of exhaust, a passenger backrest on it. It's got about 6,000 miles. Sells for $89.99, about $5,000-$6,000 cheaper than a new one.
Man, that's not many miles at all.
No.
6,000 miles.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and it's super clean looking.
Yeah, we've got it here on the showroom floor. As far as cleanliness, is just as nice as a new bike.
Now, when y'all get bikes in here like that bike there, do y'all just pretty much do an inspection on it, say, okay, this is worthy of being on the showroom floor?
No, we actually send it back to service. We've got a 66-point inspection that the service guys go through. They go through it pretty extensive. That way, when it leaves here, we can put warranties and guarantees on the bike. So nothing should be
Now,
wrong
hold
with
on. It's a used bike, but you're going to put a warranty on it.
it. You bet.
How does the warranty work?
Not a problem at all. We just we look at the mileage and the condition of the bike after it passes 66-point inspection. If it is clean enough to come up on the showroom floor, it'll have a warranty on it.
Okay, and the warranties might vary from bike to bike?
Varies from bike to bike depending on mileage and year and things like that.
Okay. All right, let's go to the next bike. Let's see. We're going to have this one right here in the front, correct, Jimmy? All right. What do we got here? A Suzuki.
That's a Suzuki 2005 model SV1000S. It's the sport model. It's a V-twin motorcycle. Suzuki no longer carries that particular motorcycle, but they use that engine. It's a really solid 1000cc fuel-injected motor. They've used that for about 7 years now, and we've got it for sale for $49.99, about $1,000 under Blue Book price.
Man, that's super interesting. Now, hold on. There's some add-on parts there, though. What do you got us added to that?
Well, it comes with a dual set of exhausts, so we've changed that out a little bit, and basically that's about it, man. The bike's pretty much stock. We got it from the owner in that condition with the good tires on there, and low miles. I think it's only got about 12,000 miles on it.
Okay, all right. All right, our next bike up is going to be this beautiful yellow one over here, this R6.
Yeah, that's a limited paint job. That actually comes from the factory in that yellow with the black flames on it. The yellow strips around the wheels, and that's got a racing exhaust on it, GYTR exhaust on there. And it's an 2008 model. It's got about 8,000 miles on it. It sells for $89.99.
All right. Man, how do you... You're not looking at a cheat sheet. How do you know the prices of these bikes and the mileage?
Been doing this for a while, man.
Yeah, but you guys have got a big inventory.
We do. We have over 85 used motorcycles right now, and, man, we bring them in all the time.
Wow. All right. Let's see. Our next bike up is, I believe it's going to be the blue one down there. Is that right, Jimmy? With the gold?
Yes. That's a 2010. We sold that bike originally to a young guy. He took and traded it back into us for a 1,000cc. That's a 2010 Yamaha R6. It's only got 500 miles on it.
500 miles.
500
that's basically
miles.
That's like new.
It's barely broke in. We've already done the first service to it, which is usually a motorcycle's biggest service when we go in and check for any kind of manufacturer defects. But he bought it decked out like it is. It's been lowered 3 inches, adjustable kickstand on it. It's got a Graves full titanium exhaust system on it. It's got a Bajaj power programmer on it with a Bajaj electric shifter on it. This bike's fully loaded with frame sliders, fender eliminator, the smoke turn signals, integrated brake light with turn signals. It's got everything, man. It sells for $99.99.
Okay, now he bought this thing. He's got 500 miles, and he's like, I need something bigger.
Yeah, this was a guy that was getting back into riding, thought he'd be happy with the 600. He came off of 1000s years ago and just wasn't happy with the power delivery of 600, wanted something a little bit faster. So he moved up to the 1000.
Wow, that's a nice bike, man.
Yeah, it's not too uncommon for guys to ride it for a 600 for a year or two and then trade them back in. That's why we got a lot of clean used 600s right now.
But 500 miles is like nothing.
Yeah, he needed more time to ride.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good deal, man. It's awesome. Talk to me about the bikes now. The different styles you got here, okay? Like the one we just talked about with 500 miles on it. How much of a difference from year to year does the manufacturer change?
Every 2 years, a sport bike goes through a change in nearly every manufacturer, every CC-wise. Every 2 years, they're updating. And usually what you'll see is maybe a different braking system, maybe a different suspension package on it, maybe a different, timing and things like that. Just change up slightly, shave a couple pounds. I know Suzuki last year shaved about 6 pounds on their new 1000 that came out, so they're always tweaking it. But every 2 years, see a new bike.
Now, what is a typical bike like the one we just saw? What does that weigh?
Right now, the 600, especially the Yamahas, are about 370 pounds.
And does 6 pounds make that much of a difference?
In handling and where you distribute the weight to a sport bike guy, especially if he's doing track days or racing, it does make a big difference.
Okay. What majority of your riders, I mean, if you tell me a demographic profile, who's buying these sport bikes like we're seeing right here? Because, we had one touring. Mm-hmm. But the rest of them are sport. What's your customer like?
Your 600cc is probably your beginner rider or guy that's just now getting into it. So that's 18 to 23, 24. And then past the 24 to 30, you get into your 1000s and 1300s.
But if you're new, I mean, no matter how old you are, you should probably start with 600.
Yeah, that's a good starter bike, something that the power delivery won't sneak up on you like the 1000s do. Something that's a little bit lighter, easier handling bike.
All right. Now, do you find many older people on the sport bikes? Like is there a certain age you notice it really declines, like maybe 35 and up?
Yeah, when you start getting 38, 40, that's when they tend to switch over to the cruiser. They're off the sport bikes. But I tell you what, man, there's no age recommendation on these bikes. We get a really diverse crowd.
I got to think that you'd keep one just if you had one for a while instead of get rid of it and trade it. I would just keep it just for those days you want to get out there and maybe, go out in the country where a lot of the turns are cool and stuff, you know what I mean?
That's not too uncommon to have a sport bike and a cruiser in the garage.
Well, they're so affordable. It's like having a $4,000, something's worth $4,000 after many years. why not keep it?
Yeah,
it's not,
exactly.
Nowadays, toys, I mean, there's stuff in my house that costs more than that, you know what I mean, that I never use. So why not have a badass bike? I think I'd be a touring guy. For sure, I want a cruiser. I want a cruiser, man. It's just relaxed. I mean, to me, it's about being on the open road and enjoy yourself. Those, when I was younger, I'd be all about that, though. What do you ride?
Right now, I'm riding a sport bike, but I get to demo a lot of the bikes and cruisers. I switch it up a lot, yeah.
Your sport bike right now, though?
Yep, sport bikes right now.
You want to say what you got?
I got a Suzuki 1000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything done to it?
Well, I've got a few 1000s, and yeah, I have an old race bike that I stopped racing in 08, so I've still got that. Do some track days. I'm an instructor at a track school, and every day I ride the bike back and forth to work.
Yeah,
too,
I saw you last time I was here a couple weeks ago when the guys at the team was here. I saw you leaving off on your bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you ride in the rain?
Always ride every day.
Really?
No matter what the weather condition is. If there's not ice on the road, I ride. You bet. Got an 06 model with about 84,000 miles on it.
So if you just look outside and it's raining, you're still going to ride a bike to work?
Yeah, man. Put on the rain gear and go.
Really? Wow.
It's not hard at all. It sprinkled on me on the way in this morning.
Well, it gets a little hot. It'll sprinkle me. It may be a good thing. How do these bikes here compare, like the sport bike, compared to the touring bikes as far as on the road when it's raining?
You know, a cruiser handles really well because of the weight of it. You know, most cruisers are 800, 700-800 pounds, so the heaviness of the bike getting blown around and getting through the rain's pretty good. A lot of the cruisers come with windshields and things like that to protect you from the rain. But, a sport bike, it handles really good no matter what the weather condition is. The tires are really good, usually a softer rubber on the tires. So both of them do pretty good. You just got to slow down a little bit. Watch out for the turns or the oil that might have come up in the rain. Just be careful.
Gotcha. Now, at the riding classes, how much do they go into safety when it comes to the conditions? Well, I got to think that's a big part of it.
This is the school that I teach is a race school.
Oh, so it's more the advanced.
But yeah, it's an advanced course. But we teach safety all the time. We really do, especially with the gear and the outfits we wear with the leather suits and the current updated helmets and the gloves and the boots. I mean, there's a lot that goes into safety just because in a race situation, the crashing's a bigger chance. So safety is a very important part of our school.
I noticed in the last 10 years, when I was a kid, all my friends rode, and they were all about it. But I noticed like everyone seems to wear the safety gear now. The jackets. I mean, I don't remember that at all when I was younger.
When we were younger, you just had a leather jacket and that was it. Now the
Fonzie jacket.
Yeah, the advancement with safety gear with the mesh, so you can wear it during the summertime with the cold weather gear, with, like I say, the rain gear, everything. It's all about the gear. That makes the ride that much more fun, and protection is a big deal right now.
And I noticed, when the guys, especially like the racing on the TV, you see them, they're going 150, whatever, and they wipe out. They get right up.
Yeah, safety's the suit is all about safety, and it does work.
Because now, for those that don't know, they have like protection like in the elbows, the shoulders.
Yeah, you get a lot of memory foam right there, so it disperses the hit right away, and you get it in the elbows, the shoulders. You even have back protectors now, hip, knee protection. Some of the boots actually put metal inside on the bones there by your feet to protect that, and of course the gloves, man, reinforced there.
Now you've been around motocross your whole life, right?
Yeah.
Leathers. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, was motocross, were they actually leathers? Why do they call them leathers?
Are you talking about sport bikes, racing sport bikes, not
motocross? No. I'm talking about MX. Even in BMX, they used to call them your leathers. Your pants were called leathers.
I don't know why they started that.
Did you race MX or did you race
BMX? Yeah, that was a long time ago. I don't remember what we call it.
But did you race
motocross? Yeah,
you raced motocross. You don't remember they didn't call them leathers when you raced?
No, I don't remember that. But
I
was young,
always
man.
call them leathers, and and up until maybe 10 years ago, even in BMX, they like your leathers. Old school guys, BMX still call them leathers, but they're not leather at all. They're very lightweight in material. But
showing our age, man.
Yeah, you raced at Cowtown, right?
Cowtown BMX, yes. Yeah, I did a little bit of Casino Beach. I don't even think that place is around anymore.
It's gone, but Cowtown's still there. We had a Texas BMX Hall of Fame about 3 weeks ago, man.
Oh, wow.
And they brought guys from the 70s and 80s that raced at Cowtown and put them all in there like these big-time pros that, and in about 3 months they're doing another Hall of Fame meeting, and it's the guys from the 80s. So more of our era. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty exciting to see, where it all came from. Because it all started from motocross.
Yeah.
But in fact, Yamaha used to have BMX bicycles. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Need to do some research on that. That's cool.
In the 70s, you remember the name Stu Thompson?
Yeah.
Guys like that were riding these Yamaha bicycles, and that was a big sponsor for BMX. And they used to be in like these crazy places. There wasn't a lot of jumps or anything. It was like in arenas, and it was kind of like almost a flat track of a couple little wood jumps. But it was all done by Yamaha, man.
I'll have to check that out.
Pretty interesting,
I'd like to
man.
find one of those bikes if anybody has one.
Yeah, well, that would be kind of cool to have
That
for your
would be.
shop, wouldn't it?
That would be cool.
That'd be. I know a guy building one right now, man. He probably won't part of it, but he's building one up. It's pretty sweet.
Awesome.
Well, listen, man. Listen, thanks for being on the show today, man.
Thank y'all for coming out.
It's this is Biker Garage. We have Kevin right here from North Texas House of Motorcycles. What's your website?
It is ntxofcycles.com.
ntxofcycles.com. And is all your inventory online?
Yeah, all our inventory's online. There's a tab there that says pre-owned. Just click on that.
What's your phone number?
Area code 817-285-9999.
All right, now all the bikes that we showed today will be on bikergarageusa.com. You can check them out. We'll also have this interview back on there later. We'll be at your next event, I guess, in 2 Wednesdays from now. We'll be out here hanging out. I'm assuming something probably bikini bike wash again, but all the Sunbreakers will be here.
Maybe some hula hoops too. Always that brings out a crowd too.
It's funny. You know, we're just getting into bike season, and the other day, we did a Sunday bike wash at the back down in Addison. Like, we need the hula hoops. We forgot the hula hoops.
There you go, man.
You know, we're a little rusty. We're a little rusty right now. We gotta get back in our game, man. But it's season's here, dude. What an awesome biker winter we had.
We did. Nobody ever put up their bikes. We stayed busy year round, so it was awesome.
I'm praying that it doesn't get super hot this year like it was last year. We had a mild winter. I'm hoping for a mild summer, and if that's the case, man. I mean, the bikers, it never stops. The diehards are all 110. They're still going to ride. Are you going to any big events this year yourself?
No, we were down in Daytona a couple weeks ago. I went to Daytona to see that. Maybe in October.
Hold on, you were there for Bike Week? Or
I was there for Bike Week, Yeah.
Did you take a bike?
No, I actually flew down there and rented a Harley and drove over.
Oh, okay.
I have friends in Tampa.
That's
so
fine.
I
So
flew
you got
down
a bike
there.
when you got there. Okay, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
We had to skip it. We were too busy this year, man, to be there. But, what a great time it is. Were you there with Jerry?
We went to Jerry's house. Yeah, Jerry and Kenny's house. We stayed with them there in Tampa, and then drove over on Friday. Yeah.
Cool. How many days were you there?
I was there in Florida for 10 days. I only spent a day there at the track.
Okay. Oh, you went to the Indianapolis, the track?
Yeah,
Daytona,
I have some friends that race and wanted to see them.
Not Indianapolis, the Daytona track.
Yeah, Daytona Speedway.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's a huge event there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
We got kicked out of there. But we were there for every bit of 2 hours, and we were escorted out because we had a crowd of people following us around, but we weren't a vendor. And we were walking. As we were walking, it's like, you ever seen like the cartoons where someone stinks and they have surrounded by the smell? You could see us walking. As we were walking, it was just me and like a couple of girls. As we were walking, though, a swarm of people followed us like flies. We were just, and they're like, "Y'all got to leave. You're causing disturbance, and you're not a vendor." And
it seems like every year the police get worse and worse, even on the motorcycle guys. It seems like they'd give them some leeway, but each year it gets stricter and stricter down there.
It sucks so bad. We were just, it was a fun event, but they made us leave, man. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "Y'all got to go. You're not paying. Y'all are getting too much attention. You're not paying to be here. You got to go." So anyway, we went down. Have you been to any of the events there, like the Cabbage? You heard of the Cabbage Patch there?
No, have not.
They do like some coleslaw wrestling with chicks.
Oh gosh.
They drop a motorcycle like 200 feet under the ground and destroy it. It's just a crazy, crazy time. Are you gonna be at Rot Rally?
May go down there. We've been a few years there. I know there's one in Galveston that we may try to hit too. So there's a couple different things we're looking at.
Man, have you been to Rot Rally in the past?
Yes, I have.
Have you been to the Naked Bike Parade?
Yes, I've been there. Have to hit that at least once in your life.
Were you in it?
No, I was not. No, I think it's girls only from what I saw. I don't know which side you were at.
Yeah. Dude, that is the weirdest thing. I mean, you're walking around and girls that are old that have their sloppy.
Oh, it's terrible.
They got their tops off and they don't need to be, but it's still funny. You can't help but watch and like it.
It's a freak show.
It is. I didn't know what to expect, man. I was like, what in the hell we walked into? And now we're a big part of it, man. I got told last week that we're gonna be downtown. You been to the parade?
Yep.
Okay, last year we got to lead the parade. Like they had a boat, and I was on a microphone just picking on people as we drove through the thing.
That's cool.
And the girls were there, and then we got to get up on the stage. You been to the concert downtown on Friday night?
Yep.
How many people are down there, man?
Oh gosh, you can't even count them, man. It's
crazy.
Is
it safe to say there's like over 50,000?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know the numbers, but I mean, you can't even ride a motorcycle. You can barely walk. I mean, standing room only downtown Austin.
I'd never been there for the parade. I sat there the year before. We got basically screwed over by a guy, and we showed up and just, got thrown to the dogs. Then the next year we had a pretty major sponsor that's part of it down there, a Harley shop, and Cowboy Harley sponsors. They're real big involved in the whole Rot Rally. It's their territory, and they're the sponsor. So we were taken really good care of. But, man, we went to the parade and had no idea how big this parade was. We cheated. We got to the parade when it was getting into downtown, so we kind of jumped in front of everybody on the boat. And, you know, we're having this Harley thing drive us around. And so then we get off. We do 2 laps, and we get off, and we wait as the bikers start pulling in. They all pull in one at a time. They park. And there goes another one, Man, that took 2 hours. We sat there for 2 hours clapping for people, dude. Like,
oh, man, it's crazy.
And then we got to get up on the stage. The band got on there, and then they put us up on stage, and I was nervous, dude. I've never been in front of so many people on a microphone in my life. I didn't have just CB looking at me. I had such a sea of people that you could see forever, and then the Capitol buildings at the end of the street. And I remember saying, like, can I get a hell yeah, Austin, Texas? And you hear this, hell yeah. It's kind of like in waves. Like it just kind of like slowly rumbled down. That is the most powerful feeling I've ever had in my life.
Lead the people.
I could say anything, they're going to repeat it, and it's like the echo effect, dude. It was so cool, and I didn't want to get off the stage then. I went from being so nervous to the lady that runs Rot Rally saying, "I got to get off stage now," and I was like, "No, I'm not going nowhere," because I did like a little small bikini contest.
Oh, cool!
But it was fun, dude. It was like as close to being a rock star as you could get, and
it's a blast.
It was, like I said, nervous, and I'll be nervous this year. I'll get super nervous. I'll be sweating. I'll be worried I'm gonna say the wrong thing. You know, I've done something that I've never done to you guys, and but occasionally I will slip and say the wrong place I'm at.
Oh man,
you don't want to do that.
Terrible.
It's a bad thing. So I was under so much pressure because I work with I work with a lot of Harley shops,
right.
And there's a couple that sound similar. That kind of I just get them, mentally I get them confused sometimes. And I was so nervous about saying the wrong shop who I work with all the time because it was my first time to work for that shop. And I just couldn't get it out of my head. But I went out there, and the first thing I said was that shop's name.
There you go.
I love them, know who they are, but just was so worried. Got it out of the way, and then I was fine. But Rot Rally, good time. If you go down there this year, look me up because we'll be there for like 4 days. We'll be having a good time. But all right, once again, man, Kevin, thanks for being on the show today. Yeah. We're gonna bring Sam the mailman in. We're gonna have to talk to him. Oh, he's gone. Oh, we missed him again. Oh, dang it, man. All right, that's okay. Well, like I said, Kevin, thanks for having us in. We're gonna talk about some dating. Can we get her over here a little bit? Do you mind?
Allison, our new receptionist. She's been here for all of 2 weeks, so yeah.
We need to switch out with you and Kevin. Come on over here, Allison. He'll do your job. He'll watch the phones for you and greet people at the front door. I feel like we're at Walmart. Thank you for walking in. Have a little. Come over here, Allison. Sit down for me for a minute.